What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Big Daddy on the scene. Hit you all with another stupendous but exhilarating song. Me and my main man Greg, are gonna give you on the worldwide YouTube channel and website. I'm sure you'll like and agree. Okay, this time around I'm gonna hit you all with 3 songs dedicated to one of the most breathtaking, funny, and action-packed movies you'll ever see. This is my own tribute to the Rush Hour movies trilogy, starring one of the world's funniest and comedic actors, Mr. Chris Tucker, and martial arts legend Chinese actor Jackie Chan, the man. I'm going to attempt 3 different songs in a row, song for each movie. Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3. The last installment, Rush Hour 3. So now I'm going to start off with the first movie. The director goes by the name of Brett Ratner. In the first movie, a Chinese diplomat ambassador Kong Hong and his daughter Su Young was kidnapped by bandit Chinese triads only 3 months for moving from Hong Kong to LA in the States. Apparently, Kong Hong and the coordinated task force crushed the Juntao crime organization, seizing millions and millions of dollars of Chinese assets, cash, guns, ornaments, and ancient Chinese artifacts. In retaliation, the Juntao crime syndicate kidnapped and abducted Kong's daughter Su Young and demanded a $50 million ransom. The leader and mastermind behind the abduction was Kong Hong's father and man and business partner Thomas, played probably by the villainous Tom Wilkinson, a confident British actor. Detective Lee, a charismatic but temperamental Chinese actor, played by Jackie Chan, flew to America for the first time to rescue the consulate's daughter with the help of the loudmouth, big mouth but very funny and abstatious LA cop James Carter, played by Chris Tucker, who was also selected by his boss of the LAPD for botching an arms deal involving C4 explosives by big-time criminal illegal arms dealer Clive. Carter ended up blowing up the explosives and arresting Clive and putting him in jail, but the FBI told Carter was no longer wanted, wanted him to instead to babysit. Detective Lee said that the FBI could solve the case themselves. After showing Detective Lee around all the sites in LA, including Chinatown and a random shack full of gangsters, Detective Carter and Detective Lee decided to pool their resources and work together to get back the consul's daughter. After the bomb squad and the FBI were falsely led to a designated building, the bomb squad walked straight into a trap and blown up for their troubles. After chasing Sang, the child responsible for planting the bomb that killed the bomb squad, he dropped the C4 detonator, which Carter recovered, but Sang got away yet again. So Carter went on to his long-life fellow cop, Detective Johnson, so she could identify the C4 detonator. After that, the triads uplifted the demand to $7 million. Or they would kill the consul's daughter and send him back his daughter's dead body. So the place where the chop was to be made was at the LA Convention building where a crowd of people came to see 5,000 years of Chinese artifacts and heritage and priceless ornaments. In the end, they all had a massive crime-busting shootout with the gangsters, and Carter got his revenge on Sang, who tried to get away with 2 suitcases of American money, and Carter shot him in a tricky situation. Lee got his revenge on Juntao when he climbed to the top of the building where Juntao tried to kill Lee, but dropped and lost a suitcase full of money and fell all the way to his death. All as well as when Su Young was reunited with their father, and Carter and Lee were satisfied they succeeded their mission. Both cops were rewarded by a free trip and flight to Hong Kong for being outstanding law-abiding officers. In the next movie sequel, Rush Hour 2, Carter Lee flew to Hong Kong to have an enjoyable, well-deserved vacation and holiday, but it was far from it. Apparently, the American embassy building had been blown up intentionally by a villainous and evil vixen triad called Hu Li, played by the irreverent and female martial arts actress Zhang Ziyi. The blame was then shifted to the notorious triad leader Ricky Tan, played by the emancipated John Lone. The reason why the embassy building was attacked by the triads because it was the triads' way of retaliation for the Hong Kong police and American law officials for interfering in an exquisite plan to use a number of illegal money plates to manufacture American counterfeit money and currency. Meanwhile, Lee's boss and head of the Hong Kong police gave Lee the designated task of bringing the triads to justice. So when Lee tricked Carter to go into a nightclub, he forgot to mention he was on the outlook to track down Hu Li, while Carter was busy entertaining the audience dancing to Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. The crowd applauded Carter for his talent and performance, making Carter feel like a rock star, when suddenly Lee spotted the ruthless Hu Li, and Carter and Lee chased Hu Li and the triads up a building with the help of bamboo scaffolding. Both Carter and Lee ended up falling from down the building and suffering injuries and embarrassment. So Lee coerced Carter once again to go into one of Ricky Tan's massage parlors filled with lots of pretty, gorgeous, sexy and voluptuous Asian escorts. Carter and Lee got in an all-out violent fight with Ricky Tan's bodyguards after Carter smashed and destroyed Ricky Tan's laptop computer with his feet. Carter was starting to get annoyed with Lee with the situation they kept getting themselves in. Suddenly, Lee planted a bomb in the Hong Kong police headquarters. Fortunately, no one was killed, but Lee thought that Carter was killed in the process. Both Carter and Lee ended up on a cruise boat attended by Ricky Tan and his Chinese gang, and also owned by the American billionaire businessman Stephen Raines and his beautiful accomplice Isabella, played by the delectable Rosalind Sanchez. Carter and Lee got caught in another fight with the triads, and Ricky Tan got shot by Lee and fell overboard in the water, which was a hoax. Meanwhile, back in LA, Isabella revealed to Carter and Lee she was an undercover agent for the FBI tracking down an international money counterfeit manufacturing syndicate. So Lee and Carter went to see Kenny, played by Don Cheadle, who told him that he received a stack of bills, $100 bills from a cat named Zeng who worked at the Rains Plaza Hotel building. Carter and Lee once again fell into another dilemma, straight into the arms of the triads, who tied them both in a truck filled with statues for the counterfeit bills in American currency. They managed to escape and found themselves in Las Vegas, America's playground. They both got themselves cleaned and suited up and casually went to the Red Dragon Casino, owned by Stephen Rains, where Carter stole a stack of bills to bet and play and tried his luck at the game of roulette. Meanwhile, Isabella seduced Lee in a dance and wanted Lee to find the money plates where the triads were using to make fake money to exchange for real money, which was masterminded by the triad leader Ricky Tan, who eventually was still alive. When Lee was captured by the triads once again, who Lee planted a bomb in Lee's mouth, and that's when Isabella revealed that she was an undercover FBI agent so she could save Lee. When Carter was busy winning $250,000, he helped and saved Lee from the bomb, knocked out Lee while Ricky Tan killed Stephen Rains. But Lee kicked Ricky Tan out the window after Tan explained he killed Lee's father, who was a cop, and both Lee and Carter escaped from the room building after Lee, the female maniac, blew herself up in the hotel, and Lee and Carter were both satisfied they helped solve this crime from escalating. That's the end of Rush Hour 2. Now here we go with the last installment of the Rush Hour trilogy for both Carter and Lee. This funny but predictable movie sensation is called Rush Hour 3. In this last segment, Lee was selected to watch over and protect Kanto Han, who was horribly shot by one of the triad leaders, Kenji, played by Hiroki Sanada. Before Kanto Han was shot, an old diplomatic man spoke to the congregation of people explaining about the wealth and ruthlessness of the triad gang and syndicate. That old man, Mr. Renard, turned out to be a traitor for the embassy and secretly worked for the triads. Meanwhile, Lee was busy indulging on chasing Kenji through the busy streets and caught up to Kenji in a secluded alleyway. Lee unfortunately let Kenji go and escape, and could not shoot or stop Kenji because ideally Kenji turned out to be Lee's long-lost foster brother. So when Carter found Lee after hijacking 2 female cars, Lee told Carter Kenji escaped on his own accord, but Carter found it hard to believe after Lee still had the gun in his hand to prevent Kenji getting away. Afterwards, an explosion of one of the embassy's limos. Su Young was the consul's daughter, promised to Carter and Lee to save and protect their father wholeheartedly from being a victim of assassination. After attending a children's martial arts school and being intimidated by the children's students and being exemplified by the Grandmaster's giant bodyguard, they both went to the hospital to watch over the consul and expected the triads would show up to finish their job of killing the consul. After an extraordinary and exuberant shootout with the triads, the old man from the embassy promised Carter and Lee would fly Su Young to France, of all places, and protect her. After getting one of the triads to talk, Carter and Lee flew to France, hopefully to keep Su Young out of further danger. When they arrived, they were detained and humiliated by the French detective and then released. When they met George, a taxi driver who wanted to be a US spy and work for Carter and Lee as their helper and lookout. Both Carter and Lee went to the casino, where Carter met the gorgeous and delectable Genevieve. Carter used all his charm to seduce Genevieve. Meanwhile, Lee was busy being attacked by a female Chinese triad who pretended to help Lee. Lee managed to survive the crazy ordeal when later on the triad victim tried to kill Lee at a hotel in Paris. Meanwhile, Genevieve was making moves on Carter in their bed when she revealed her true intentions of killing Carter. After the triad victim got away from Lee, Genevieve felt unsafe and she knew that the triads wanted her dead, and she knew why. Reason being, she was wearing a fake wig and concealed a Chinese tattoo of the triad's secret traditions and names and tattooed and engraved on her head, so the triads were not allowed to have her killed. After Carter and Lee were chased through the streets by triads on bikes, they ended up in the sewers. After getting cleaned, they saved Genevieve from being assassinated, and the old man revealed he was working for the enemy. Then Kenji told Lee to meet them in the Eiffel Tower to exchange Genevieve for Su Young being held there captive. Kenji and then Lee fought vulnerably, and so did Carter against the triads. Kenji fell to his death. Carter saved Su Young from falling from the Eiffel Tower. George shot the old man in the back, and Carter and Lee lived to fight another day in the beautiful city of Paris. So give it up for Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker from our Rush Hour trilogy. Thank you very much. It's your boy Jimmy Lowe. Yeah, I want to dedicate the songs to the worst, diverse, and funniest actors. Mr. Chris Tucker, martial arts legend Jackie Chan. This particular song's called Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. This one's going on to girls and boys. Rush Hour, The song of Rush Hour. His name is Lee. He's got Chinese power. He's a Chinese detective working undercover. His job with Page was his lover. The Juntao was the criminal boss. Chinese artifacts was the cost. They came Carter LAPD. See folks is what he sees. He risked the climb and sent him to jail. He lost his freedom and no bail. So the FBI tried to solve the case because his daughter lost his space. $50 million was the ransom. This Jackie was a good fighter and he was handsome. Mr. FBI warrant was trying to stop Jackie. He was so stupid and so clacky. The Johnson was an expert at bomb explosives to save the girl was their notion. They tried so many times to save Sue Young. So soon to left Hong Kong and then it was fun. At the end the baddies paid. Killed them all with no delay. Juntao lost his collection, all his money. Watching him die was so funny. So Carter Lee would like 2 different flowers to Hong Kong because of Rush Hour. So Carter Lee flew to Hong Kong to continue Rush Hour in the song. But the Chinese bombed the Hong Kong's American consulates. Ricketing gangsters made the film. They Carter danced the bucket checks in the nightclub. They made him laugh, what's his dub? Then Jackie spotted the evil Hu Lee. And he blew my search for the building in the city. So they went to a master's part of take down Tang. Oh, Carter thought he was the man. He broke Ricky Tank, computer laptop. So the body got stripped and made them flop. And Stephen Range is a pretty near businessman. Isabella's partner in the swing. On his yacht, she was working undercover for the FBI that made involved there. Then they went to a casino. We started to talk to Kenny. He had seen notes and no pennies. Then ended up truck filled, statue full of cash money, cannot fit in use. On the way to Vegas to the casino with Dragon, full of criminal roads, 17 maidens. So Ricky Tank killed Stephen Rains. He was so merciless and full of pain. He took the place, but Jackie stopped him, kicked him out the window. Was his last thing. So Carter took some money at the end, gave some to Lee. Rush Hour 2 finished now. You can see this is the end of 2 heroic powers. Carter Lee was always be Rush Hour. This is the last vision of the Rush Hour trilogy for Carter and Lee. Let's check to Rush Hour 3. This is another song called Rush Hour 3. Inspector Carter, Inspector Lee. Lee went to the convention with the ambassador to listen to their own man head of the world court. They talk about the Triad Secret Society overtaking the world crime in its spree. The Kenji shot the ambassador on top of the building. Lee chasing was his only fling. And Carter following in the flesh car. She kept the couple they were going so far. So Sue Young and Carter Lee to promise her to save your father they would do for sure. So they went to a Chinese martial arts school. The children were fearsome and so cool. Then they were challenged by a Chinese giant. He beat them down, he was so compliant. Then they went to the hospital to save Young's father. The baddies came to take it further. They had to climb with the street in the hospital. But the baddies thought they looked despicable. So Carter Lee flew to France to catch the try against was the stance. So Carter Lee was violated by a French cop. They made George the texture at their stop. Then they went to the casino and Carter met Genevieve. He smooth talked and wouldn't leave. And Lee was challenged by a female maniac. She tried to kill him was a trick. And Carter, George and Lee were chased by some bikers. And ended up in the sewers like 2 hikers. And they went to the show to say Genevieve. The child were after her with distance please. She had a secret Chinese name tattooed on her head. That's why the child wanted her dead. She came with the ancient Chinese tradition. The child wanted to kill her was their mission. The old man told Lee to bring her the girl. She was the one in the billion around the world. They were after Sergeant centuries of traditions. They ruled the triads and their methods. But the old man was cooking the Chick Lee and Carter. But they were all determined took him further. So Kenji told Lee to make a trade. Smith and Alphatel was the place. He slashed in the arms to fulfill a tradition. 100 cuts to the body, he would need stitches. But Lee challenged the long one spotted to a duel. They both fought with honor, was so cool. And Carter fought with pride and honor. He beat the triads and kept on. And Kenji let go of Lee's hand. He lost the fight to a better man. And Carter says you on for fully for the top. It's what you want to say would be a good cop. So George had the old man in the back. And saved Carter and Lee was his flag. So this is a final Rush Hour movie. Everybody jump, Rush Hour, it's groovy. Rush Hour, yeah. Give it up for Chris Tucker, martial arts legend Jackie Chan, ladies and gentlemen. That was the end of my Rush Hour trilogy song for today. It's your boy Big Daddy Jimmy Love. Peace.